Okay, so this is another very interesting detail here that goes to the integrity of the waterproofing system. When it comes to corners, we do what's called a hospital fold. You'll notice the material is kind of bunching up in the corner, so to speak. We don't cut the material in the corner. We actually bring it in and we do what's called a hospital fold. And you'll see Jose do the hospital detail in here. And it allows the material to fold over itself when we heat weld it. And this allows there, again, to be no cut in the material, and that's why the Duradek waterproof vinyl membrane is so foolproof, because there basically are no seams in critical details like this to ever leak. So I'll watch Jose do his thing in here, and he's applying a little heat to the vinyl membrane to soften it up, so it will not only adhere but also follow the nice 90-degree corner that we have in here. So we'll just kind of watch this take place here. And you'll see that he's taking a device here. We call it whitey there. As you can see, it's just a white plastic spreader that goes in. And this is just one of these things where you kind of play around with it and you kind of get the right setup. And you can see how the material is, again, beginning to fold. And we'll kind of pull back from Jose so he can do his thing. You've got to kind of find which way to get it to fold to go in there properly. Either fold it to the right or the left, whatever way he ends up deciding to go ahead and do it. And once he gets the material positioned in place and it's got a fold in the corner the way he wants it to be, and ultimately he'll put the heat gun in there. And you can kind of see him working it in there, and now we're just going to put the heat gun in there. And if we cut off, it's because the battery is going low here, but you can see Jose getting the heat gun. You can see some of the smoke coming up there. That's all the vinyl melting together here. And Jose is squeezing it. And no, he's not Superman, but he's got a heat-resistant glove on as he goes ahead and he does this. And now as the material is all melted together, it becomes kind of one piece. And now you can see that it'll fold back in, and it just needs to be glued and heat welded in the corner there. So that's what Jose is going to do next. He's going to actually heat weld this flap right up against the back wall to the other material. So again, the key point is there is no seam in the back corner here. It's what we call a hospital fold. And you can see Jose, he's smoking away at this. Normally, really should be wearing a mask in that corner, but sometimes we hold our breath and do it, and then take a breather and come back out. The battery is running low again, but looks like the video is still going. Let's see if we can get the end of it. And lo and behold, in the corner, you can see a finished corner, and then you can see in that corner the stucco is going to come down. Jose, show us where the stucco is going to come down to when it's finished. Right about 2 inches above the finished deck. So all of this material is up underneath the stucco system, and the black felt paper that's part of the stucco comes over and overlaps the membrane. So any water that gets onto the stucco wall, of course, is on the outside of the membrane, and therefore makes this whole system completely waterproof. And of course, part of the stucco job is to break it back and properly tie in the old felt paper with the new felt paper. And you can see the new felt paper over here in this area here, and it's tacked up and it's going to fold in. So that's a very important detail. Again, Golden Gate Enterprises. And Jose, say hello to the world out here.
Hey!
There's Jose here. Okay, so that's it, and we're signing off now.